How you doing there again, folks? You get a course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I just had some pizza and now I'd like a drink. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my back room today, which means we get Peter Can Thunderbolt poster behind me. Ooh, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? What happens to be my Limp Bizkit shirt, one of a couple that I have. And if you're unfamiliar with the band Limp Bizkit, well, chances are you didn't grow up in the time that I did, because during kind of the late 90s into the early 2000s, Limp Bizkit was one of the biggest bands on the planet. Their relevance has faded somewhat, although they've had sort of a nice turnaround in the last few years. They've really kind of, had a nice resurgence. But man, oh man, were they huge back in the day. And I certainly was a pretty big fan back as a, middle into high schooler at the time. I did kind of fall off on them. Fred Durst, he made some shitty comments about Chicago, so for a while he was kind of persona non grata as far as Chicago and Illinois was concerned. But, he's older, it is what it is, it's all in the past. I was fortunate enough I actually got to see him perform live just earlier this year on the tour. That's where I got the shirt. I also got some videos of their performance, in case maybe you want to check them out. They're on the channel as well. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because what can I say? I like Limp Bizkit. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, I just got through eating a pizza. Well, part of a pizza. I've had 1/4 of it. Because I was doing a review for some hot sauce from Best Chef. Some authentic Louisiana-style hot sauce. Go watch that review if you're interested. And, pizza's good, hot sauce is good. Definitely built up a thirst. So, I was looking through my fridge and I was like, oh yeah, I can review that. So what is it, folks? It's boom! It's from Calypso. Taste of the Islands Tropic Tango Lemonade. Ooh. Shake well. Yeah, man, I really like Calypso Lemonade. I've reviewed a few of their flavors already on the show. And, yeah, man, this is a new one to me. Like, I don't think I've ever run into this one. So, it's got real lemon bits. And then I'm guessing it looks like maybe it's got some kiwi and some starfruit in it. That's what that's looking like to me. So, let's get a thing for the thing here. Can I do it like maybe that? Yeah. Ha 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 ha! And let's give it a go. I really like Calypso, so I'm hoping that this will be particularly delicious. It smells very tropical. It tastes very tropical. Yeah. Oh, and then the lemonade kicks in. Okay. One thing I typically like about the Calypso lemonade is that even when they add in stuff into there, to create new flavors and stuff, they still try to have lemonade be kind of, the main quality of whatever it is that they're putting into. It's still a lemonade. Because sometimes you get lemonades, they put stuff into their stuff, and it really just takes over. But with this, it's got a heavy tropical flavor for sure, but it does have that nice, kick of lemonade at the end. It's really nice. Yeah, nice sweet tropical vibes for most of it, and then sort of at the tail end you get the lemonade. I like the texture of it. I like the way that Calypso lemonades drink. I like the fact that they've still got just a little bit of lemon in there. Gives it a nice little extra texture aspect to it. I would say Because I know I reviewed Calypso. I believe they also have just a straight kiwi lemonade, and I believe I reviewed that if I'm not mistaken. I'll be honest with you, I think I kind of preferred that over this. Like, when I think of starfruit, I don't know that I've ever just had starfruit by itself. I've certainly had starfruit, and I've had it, like, in dishes and stuff, but I don't think I've ever just had a starfruit by itself. Maybe I'll do a review one day. Um, so it's hard for me to sort of encapsulate that flavor in my head. So I'm kind of trying to work out, the kiwi aspect. Okay, I got that. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where the starfruit is coming in. And I'm guessing that's what's giving it the more distinct kind of sweet tropical vibe that it has. Because you definitely get a little bit of that tartness from the kiwi itself, and it's distinct from the lemonade, so it's got its own qualities. Um, but I think that's honestly why I kind of prefer the kiwi lemonade over this one, because I like this one. It's nice, and I appreciate that it's a flavor I haven't had before. But I don't know. I feel like the star fruit, if that's what it is, to be fair. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like it's taking away a little bit too much from the bite that I want from the lemonade. Like, I'm still getting it at the tail end, but like with the kiwi lemonade, it still had, a nice fruity flavor, but it had a stronger bite from the kiwi. Whereas with this, I think the tropical sweetness, yeah. And I love contrasting flavors. If you watch my show, you know I love contrasting flavors. But I feel like with this one, it's just a little bit too much on the tropical sweet end. And I do feel like it loses a little bit of that bite and that punch that I like from Calypso. It's still there, but yeah. It's still a really nice flavor, though. And like I said, you can see, I'm puckering a little bit, so it's still got some bite. I'm not saying it doesn't have any. But yeah, I just, and again, maybe it's just because I'm a little bit less familiar with starfruit as a identifiable flavor, but yeah, I mean, I still like it. It's a really nice flavor, but okay. Well, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, on occasion, and sure. I have yet to find a flavor of Calypso that I don't enjoy on some level. Some, there's a tier structure to be sure. There's some that I absolutely adore, and there's other ones that, I like, but probably I'm not going to grab too frequently. This one, it falls somewhere in the lower middle. It's not the one that I like the least, but it's definitely nowhere near the one that I like the most. Again, I think part of the problem for me is that just with the kiwi lemonade, I probably just prefer that, so I'd probably go for that. Uh, but at the same time, I do like what it's doing, so it's one of those things I'd have to be kind of in the mood for it. But I do still think that it's a nice flavor, and again, I think it's great that Calypso has all these cool flavors that they come out with. This one, it's not my personal favorite, but I would definitely still grab it on occasion. But again, it wouldn't be in my upper stratosphere of their personal flavors. If I'm recommending it though, like I still would, like for sure, because it's still Calypso, it's still a tasty lemonade, and the kind of nice thing about it is that I personally never had a lemonade that tastes quite like that. So if you're like me, and you enjoy yourself some lemonade, but I do have to mention, like if you're more a Minute Maid, country time, there's nothing wrong with those. I like those in their own way too. This is obviously a different lemonade experience, so you may or may not be into it. But I think that in general, Calypso, like I said, they have nice flavors, and this is certainly one to try if you haven't. So it might not be your favorite, maybe it will, but it's a good flavor. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there yourselves a truly. I'm gonna eat lemonade, or I'm gonna eat pizza and drink lemonade-tastic rest of your life. That's what I'm doing. Final 2 things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But What you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, have you tried any Calypso lemonade flavors? And if so, what are your personal favorites? I think for me, my personal favorite is still the, what is it? It's like pineapple orange limeade or something like it. It's something to that effect. I reviewed it at one point. I can't think of the whole name off the top of my head, but that's still probably my favorite. But I also really love just their classic lemonade. I think that's just perfect. But I'd be really interested to hear what your personal opinion is, because like I said, they have lots of flavors out there, so, you know. But anyway,